Greetings Gundam fans, welcome to our review. Today we're going to be taking a look at this prize figure of Machu and Haro from the recent anime Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX. This figure was released on May 9th and is produced by Ichibankuji as part of their Masterlise line. This is the Prize A variant. I'll be honest and admit I don't have a whole lot of experience with prize figures. I've heard the Masterlise line is pretty good, but I'm not entirely sure what to expect here as far as quality goes. I actually have not seen any reviews online for this product, and definitely not any that I've seen in English. In fact, I can't even find pictures of this actual figure online, only the box art, so today I thought I'd go ahead and do an unboxing and short review. This figure in particular, of course, depicts the iconic scene of GQuuuuuuX's protagonist Machu and Haro running and jumping off of the arm of the Zaku from GQuuuuuuX's first episode. We first saw that scene in the original trailer, and it's definitely one of the most iconic and memorable scenes from the show. So to me, it made perfect sense to turn this into a figure. I am a massive fan of the GQuuuuuuX series, and Machu in particular. I even went to the GQuuuuuuX pop-up store inside Akihabara Station earlier this year and got a picture at the photo booth with Machu. So I guess you could say I'm a super fan. I just adore the show, so I'm really excited to check this out. Alright, so with that out of the way, taking a look at the box, you can see it's extremely colorful. This sort of pastel aqua blue color scheme is used a lot on GQuuuuuX products, including the Gunpla line, and something about this packaging design to me is just so fitting for the show. Each side of the box contains a different shot of the figure in this dynamic pose, but you don't really get a good look of what the figure actually looks like with the stand. Once you remove the tape, the top tab comes off, and on the inside we've got a blister pack with all of our pieces separated. Opening this up, we've got Machu herself, Haro of course, and 3 clear pieces for the stand, which are the round base and 2 arms that will come out and connect the figures. Assembly here is pretty straightforward. You just pop on the larger arm to the hip, and Haro's just sticks straight up right on his back. When fully built, the figure with the stand is about 7 inches or roughly 18 centimeters tall, and 9.5 inches or about 24 centimeters long. Upon first glance, I am really impressed by this figure. I love when static figures like this still have really dynamic poses. It just elevates and brings them to life so much more. The color and detail here is very good. All of the different colors and pieces of Machu's uniform and her face and hair especially really pop. I love the flowing hair, and there's a good amount of flow and textured detail for her uniform as well in the skirt and sweater. One of the most important parts of a figure is of course the facial details, which I think they've nailed here. Given that it's a prize figure, you're going to expect a few seam lines that are visible, but again, for this price range, that's going to be expected. And they're not really noticeable from most viewing angles and lighting situations. The main one you're going to see is this deeper seam that runs across the top of Machu's hair, but if you collect figures like this, you know that that's pretty typical. The same goes for Haro here, who has great detail on his face and the beanie. Well, I wasn't really sure what to expect here, but overall I really am blown away by the level of detail here. It really just looks straight out of the scene from the anime. I mean, Machu's arms and legs are in the exact same position, and Haro is following along at the exact right spot beside her. I got this figure in particular just because of how dynamic the pose is, and I think it looks great here on my shelf alongside the rest of my Gunpla and Gundam merchandise collection. It definitely takes up a lot more space lengthwise with the legs out like this, so I would just keep that in mind. But if you're a fan of Gundam GQuuuuuX, and in particular are a big fan of Machu and Haro from the series, I would definitely recommend picking this up if you can find it at a reasonable resale price online. Again, it is a prize figure and a much more expensive one at that, so you have to manage your expectations, but this is certainly a major step up from what you would expect from say a $30 or $40 figure. Maybe not quite as detailed as a super deluxe scale figure though. This fits that perfect middle ground if you want something a little more premium without spending hundreds of dollars on a deluxe scale figure. There's not a ton of scale or prize figures out there for GQuuuuuX quite yet, so if you are a GQuuuuuX fan in search of some figures, this is a great option. Well, that about wraps up today's review. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. I make videos on Star Wars, Gundam, anime, and all sorts of other stuff, so if that interests you, be sure to check out my other videos. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.